See, I mean, on those old time TVs, like they show towards the beginning of the episodes of Only Murders in the Building. Trying a little something. I'm James Lott Jr. This is JLJ Media. This is Only Murders in the Building After Show. My general reactions to episodes 6, 7, and 8. Sorry, I was a little busy the last couple of weeks, but I have watched every episode. Of course, this show is just phenomenal. But I am not going to do a episode by episode recap. I'm just not doing that. You guys have seen the shows anyway. But I'm going to tell you what I feel overall the last 3 episodes because I felt like it was its own little storyline arc within the larger storyline arc. So there are spoilers. I might say some things if you haven't watched it yet. I might say some things you haven't seen yet. So just spoilers, 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 spoilers. You know. I just finished watching episode 8 and I feel complete, yet also excited and interested in what's going to happen next. This show has the ability to do that. In the fourth season, shows usually start to lose their luster, start to get a little outrageous. The show is outrageous on some level, but it's so quietly outrageous. It's not super over the top yet. You're like, oh my goodness, like oh my god, like you still get shocked. And I'm this latest 3 episodes. It's just one thing after another. You're like, it's so well scripted and produced. And if you have this large, I was wondering how they're going to really incorporate this movie within a show, within a TV show premise with Eva Longoria and Eugene Levy and Zach Galifianakis, and they really are great additions. Once again, dialogue, you have to listen to all the dialogue, all the aside, the little comments, side comment. It's hilarious. To me, again, I compare it to Veep in the sense that Veep has such a great that's the dialogue. They give to everybody. They give everyone something to say. That's really good. Side characters, big characters, it all works. This arc is basically closed off. They kind of shored up the Westies, the Arconia. So as we're thinking they're murderers and all this stuff, and they bring back a character, this girl Helga, helping them. The pig is part of that whole thing. We get a few origin story stuff with some of them. It's literally now closed up. Literally, Dudov. And here's the big thing. They didn't kill Dudov, but he's gone. He brought this little family together of kind of misfits that all needed a place to live. Dudov owned a whole section of apartments in the Arconia, and each one now they're living there and they're happy as friends and like a little family over there in the Westies. And that's basically the story. I mean, it's they're cashing his checks and all that stuff. And our fearless three decide to let it go. Do what you gotta do, have fun. We're not gonna break you guys up because, as Mabel said, we were 3 losers who were lonely losers who got together and have our own little family. I thought that was actually very cool. That was like, okay, they're all weirdos and the world is full of people of all kind of different walks of life. But in the end, they didn't kill him. So in a way, they're like, we're back to normal and we're back to square one because they didn't do it. They're weird, but actually Dudnoff brought them together. That's just so clever. It's just, to me, it's so clever. I just would have they're finding new ways to keep this show fresh. And I'll tell you what happens at the end, because that's something I'll come about later. But the other thing he did was really, with each of the actors playing the 3 other characters, the main characters, we're finding that the actors are actually helping each of our lead people throughout this series, and it continues. There's a very sweet moment between Zach Galifianakis and Marty Short's character together. Because he's gonna marry Meryl Streep's character. There's the whole thing there, but just like there was this like moment. There was a really touching romantic moment. Because Zach's like apparently he's a romantic. He has this funny thing. He goes, "Yeah, my wife and I marry every quarter." That's kind of thing. That's a funny thing. And he actually helps Martin Sheen's character Oliver gets to kind of get in touch with this stuff. Same thing with Eugene Levy helps out Charles get in touch with his emotions. Very interesting section there too. And even Longoria, she's so funny, but she actually helped out Mabel in their scheme. She brought her soap world. I love that soap, the soap wink, the ding dong. At the end, something happens, which they use to a good effect at the end of the episode 8. But it was like they're not there. It's working. It's like it's totally working. And Paul Rudd's character, he's again now playing the stunt man on the other guy. And so the ding dong moment episode 8, of course, is that Helga comes in and tells them actually they're thinking we're back to square one. She talked to Saz on the ham radio and said this guy, and I've kind of saying right now, but Paul Rudd's character was a stunt person on this project they were working on. He was coming after her and be a death of me. I think he's in a coma, but his finger moved. And there he is. So there's like a little dung dung moment there. Very cool. But I have to mention, of course, the episode where Melissa McCarthy, like who, and I had just watched her in a movie called The Boss, like it's called, and I love that movie. It was so hilarious. And I like her and stuff. Just it was like she's playing Steve Martin's Long Island sister. It totally worked. It totally worked. And it was so funny because she's hitting on Martin short, but the character Oliver, everyone ends up going because Howard can't keep his mouth shut. Everyone is going there. It was just like this huge house full of it felt like this is what it felt like. It felt like a really good staged play. And we were seeing all these pieces and people and things happening in little vignettes. It was just so much going on, but it's so clear and you can actually follow it and it's not complicated. And it's actually parts hilarious, parts touching. But Melissa McCarthy, who knew? I didn't know she was in the series. I mean, the guest star people, it's amazing. So we got a little glimpse of Charles's life, which we do every season. We had a glimpse of Mabel's home life. We learned about, first season was obviously Oliver and his son. So we learned about it. I was thinking, where is his son? I miss his son. It should be on the show. But right now, they don't need him at the moment because he's just so busy. There's a lot of characters on there. But we have only 2 episodes left. And so I am very curious how they're going to wrap this up. We know season 5 is coming already. It's a renewed. Can this show keep going? Can it go season 1? I can think of, opening up the Westies, that was a smart, a clever idea. And kind of elongated, let's be honest, season 10. Season 10. Season to 10 episodes. So that kind of helped. And there was a great storyline arc. I love it. Because the Arconia, which is is in the trailers, it's in the intro. It's another character. It's the 4th character, I think, right? On the show. And they wisely every season. Last season, not so much because they used it, but they're mostly in the theater, but they did use it. Seasons 1, 2, and this season, they really used the Arconia setting as part of the story. So we just had some more Devon Joy Randolph. She's hilarious as the detective. She did pop through episode 6, but I wish we had more of her because she's just hilarious. This show just continues to amaze me because it's still working. It's still working. I have no complaints. Very few shows we go, I have no complaints. I have 0 complaints. It's like comfort food. I watch it. I'm happy afterwards. Everything's all right with the world. I'm smiling. It's a feel-good show. And it's a feel-good show disguised as a procedural, disguised as a comedy, drama, dramedy. It's all these different things. I'm just amazed by it. I will end up doing episodes 9 and 10 when they come out because it's every week. So don't worry. The next couple of weeks, I'll be able to do next week for sure. Yeah, I'll be able to do these. I was like, I'm still in town. I'm going out of town, but they'll finish by the end of October. So I will be able to do both episodes. Only Murders in the Building After Show. Season 1 and 2, I did a whole season recap with Aaron Willis. That's here on GLG Media in our playlist. And then and then I didn't do anything. I do season 3. And then season 4, I've been doing all of them. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't do last season. I was taking care of family, so I couldn't do it. But season 4, we're here, and I'm gonna try to do season 5 too, if I can, also, because I do love the show and I am watching it. Just a little side note, other Hulu products. I am doing Coast General Hospital on Sundays. We will be live this Sunday, me and Frank Moran doing an episode, and also do Aaron Hernandez, American Sports Story. And that comes out every Wednesday. Our podcast comes out Thursday or Fridays, usually after that. So we're doing some Hulu products, and maybe more to come. I'm James Lott Jr. Talk to you next time.